Hi, I'm Dr. Isaac Alexis from Slim Samurai Group 84, helping you to slash through sickness and offering you a slice of health and wellness. In my prior video, I discussed spinach and the DASH diet, in particular, the various vitamins and minerals. Today we're going to look at calcium. Now, first off, we hear about calcium all the time in the cheese, the milk, even orange juice fortified with calcium, vitamin D. Let's look into that some more today. Now, first off, you need vitamin D in order to absorb calcium. You can eat all the calcium in the world. It won't mean a damn thing if you're already low in vitamin D. So your next question is, where do I get my vitamin D from? Great question. Salmon, milk, egg yolks. Yes, egg yolks. Mushrooms. Standing in the sun. When you stand in the sun, as you can see in the background here, that beautiful sun, that's going to stimulate a biochemical process in the skin that starts to produce vitamin D, beginning processes in the kidneys which form and create the active forms of vitamin D. Now, according to the Vitamin D Council, you're going to need roughly 2,000 units of vitamin D each day. Upper limit being 4,000 units vitamin D daily. Anything more can be toxic, and I'm going to discuss that in the next series. Now, too little calcium can lead to osteoporosis. Women who are menstruating, it can lead to worsening of your PMS. I won't say any more about PMS. I don't want to get in any trouble here whatsoever. But husbands, boyfriends, yeah. But I'm not saying anything at all. Now, low calcium leads to confusion. Number two, low calcium can also lead to muscle spasms. Low calcium can lead to those issues. You may say, Dr. Alexis, I don't care about confusion or muscle spasms. Well, here's the reason you should. Both of those together can lead to number 3 on my list, falls. We all had an elderly mother or grandmother, grandfather who has fallen. And I remember my mother fell, broke her hip, hemorrhaged in her hip, and required 2 units of blood. My mom needed more calcium in her diet as she has osteoporosis. So it's a very dear issue, not just to me, but an issue that affects everyone, both nationally and globally. Number 4, low calcium can lead to hallucinations. You see things that are not there. It can be because of low calcium. Number 5, obviously brittle bones. Number 6, low calcium leads to depression. Now, I want to discuss falls a little bit more because it's something that affects a lot more people than we tend to believe. Now, you may say, falls, again, Dr. Alexis, I don't give a damn. I don't care. I could care less. Well, you should care. According to the WHO, World Health Organization, falls are the second leading cause of unintentional injury deaths, worldwide. Each year, 685,000 people die from falls globally, of which over 80% are in low and middle income countries. You may say, I don't care. I live in an upper income, upper class country. Well, I would caution you about that attitude. Firstly, to stop being a damn snob. Okay. Secondly, with the global pandemic, there's going to be a lot of first world countries that may financially have a reset point economically to that of a middle income nation. Now, there are 37.3 million falls severe enough to require medical care every year. So it's definitely a very important issue. Okay, I'm going to discuss a very important matter related to calcium deficiency, namely depression. Now, depression we hear about all the time, but let's get to the nitty-gritty. Depression affects some 265 million people globally, with generally more women affected than men. In the U.S. alone, some 17 million people had one major depressive episode, according to the National Institutes of Mental Health, the NIMH. The National Survey on Drug Use and Health definition of a major depressive episode is based on the 5th edition of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, fondly known as the DSM-5, with at least 2 weeks of a loss of interest or pleasure in daily activities, and problems in sleeping, eating, energy, concentration, or self-worth. In my practice, I use the PHQ-9, which has a sensitivity of 88% and a specificity of 85%. And I think everyone should know the questions that we use in assessing this. And so I'm going to go question by question, because family, I want us to all be informed. The first question in the depression scale is, do you have little interest or pleasure in doing things? If the patient says not at all, that's a 0. Several days, it's a 1. More than half the days, it gets scored a 2. Or nearly every day, it's scored a 3. And I'm going to read the rest of these questions, and just remember, the 0 is not at all. If they respond not at all. If they say for several days, that scores a 1. If they say more than half of the days, that scores a 2. And if they say nearly every day, that scores a 3. Okay, the next question is 2, feeling down or hopeless. Third question, trouble falling or staying asleep or sleeping too much. 4, feeling tired or having little energy. 5, poor appetite or overeating. 6, feeling bad about yourself, or that you're a failure, or that you let your family down. Number 7, trouble concentrating on things such as reading the newspaper or watching television. 8, moving or speaking so slowly that other people could have noticed. 9, thoughts that you would be better off dead or hurting yourself in some way. On this PHQ-9 questionnaire, if the patient scores a 5 to 9, that's mild depression. 10 to 14 is moderate depression. 15 to 19 is moderately severe. Anything greater than or equal to a 20 is severe depression. I'm going to discuss this a little more in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, to like. Pass this to 25 of your friends as well. Hoping that this video was of benefit to all of my subscribers and beyond. I'm Dr. Isaac Alexis, Slim Samurai, Group 84, helping you to slash through sickness and offering you a slice of health and wellness. God bless.